Could. I'm dead ass, bro. I'm like, you think you gonna play with me? I'm gonna stress you out. No. But she said something I ain't like.
Did you get custody? That one?
I don't. So, custody is a farce. Everybody fake. That should mean fake. Excuse my vocabulary. Custody is a false representation that the United States gives people. Legally, you only have parentage of your children if they're United States citizens. The United States has custody of them.
These are our kids. They belong to all of us.
No, I don't even think she has children, but I really don't know. Mine are mine. Hers would be hers. White House, though, this is a familiar refrain.
No such thing as someone else's child. No such thing as someone else's child. Our nation's children are all our children.
When you see our kids, and I truly believe that they are our children, they're the children of our country, of our communities.
Outrage on Twitter. Democrats, from the president to the local level, are fighting to prevent parents from being able to protect our own children. And this, no parent wants to hear the government tell them their kids are not theirs. That's what they're doing.
So you're just there to bring them up to the age of majority, which is of 18. You're nothing more than a caretaker for them. People don't know that legally. So custody is just some mental shit. Because my children got tribal certificates. They belong to the tribe. So she can be the caretaker, but they belong to the tribe.
That's unfortunate. Like, what? It's my fucking seed. What you mean?
Money is a feminine energy. So you literally you have to learn to respect feminine energy, and even you understand that wealth comes heavily through women. I've been able to get into a lot of doors just by having the right women in the rooms with me, bro, because they will communicate more than I will. And it's just the way how men work with women.
They can communicate non-verbally. I understand that. I understand the feminine energy, not in that aspect when it comes to EFI. But I understand the feminine energy, having them around, respecting them. You know what I mean? Like, truth be told, like, I might talk a lot of shit on the internet, but bro, I definitely respect women, and I understand the power that they bring into my life. All right, welcome to the Rich Unemployed podcast. I'm your host, Jonathan Dubuton, aka Finesse. And before we get started, make sure you guys check out the Patreon, of course, for all the exclusive content that comes out before YouTube. And check out the merch, www.richunemployed.net. And this episode is brought to you by no other than...
So stressed out, you're jumping your heart rate up. I don't know if this is a real problem. It's a problem. It's not a problem. I'm gonna grab the doctor. Let's go get the doctor. Go get the doctor.
Right. God damn. Oh, damn, baby. That's a monkey on.
What the hell? Hey, good afternoon. You're okay. Listen, we have to do an emergency D-section. How did this happen in the first place?
Oh, shit.
Okay.
I took this.
How many did you take?
3.
I can organically take care of it.
What about her?
I'm gonna get some sheets and some
She's
towels.
skilled.
Yes, and bring a bucket and a mop. In the future, sir, 1 bottle.
She had to find herself now.
1 bottle. Oh. Here it is. Come on,
You
baby.
can?
I got you.
Oh, yeah.
Your third leg, giving men confidence in the bedroom. I know you niggas need it. All right, we got a very special guest. I call him a friend, you know. Met him a year ago at the podcast summit. The niggas got me on a late night podcast like 2 a.m. Really, I got finesse into the situation, but it wasn't his fault. But out of that finesse, I met a good guy. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and introduce yourself, bro.
Peace, everybody. I'm DJ Bey.
Where the fuck the deep voice come from, nigga?
I don't be talking like you hit me with the DG homie.
Go ahead.
I'm DJ Bey. Everybody call me official trust fund baby or trust fund baby. And I deal in financial literacy and I teach people how to get to a bag, bro.
Yeah, bro is very literate in the financial space, period, when it comes to the trust funds, when it comes to credit. Where'd you get the name, or how'd you come up with Trust Fund Baby?
Actually, I copywrote Trust Fund Baby like back in 2019, and I just thought it was like a cool brand. And like I had a logo made and it looked like my son at the time. This was when I only had one. And it got to a point where I understood trust was something that we didn't understand in our community and it was lacking. So I added it into the offers that I already was providing in my company, because whenever you look at wealth, there is not one wealthy person that I've came across that did not have a trust. Even when I look back in history, everybody did. So I understood if we wanted to, change that wealth dynamic, that's something we needed.
And how, because when I hear about the trust fund, like it sounds so easy to do, but when you get into it, this shit is actually kind of hard and difficult. And it's like a tedious process.
People make it seem tedious because it seems to be it's more lucrative, bro. It's game, and the game is to be sold, not told. So if I can charge you 30 bands for a trust because that's like the going rate, and you got the bread to pay for it, why not?
Facts.
And that's capitalism. That's the world we live in. But within our community, most people can't afford to just drop that on a piece of paperwork, and some of them don't even recognize the assets they have. Like somebody just asked me the other day, what are I don't have any assets. I'd be like, yes you do. I'm like, firearms, glasses, clothing, books, all of these things is listed as assets. People, we just don't have an understanding. So just understanding that people got to be educated and understand that this is a way in order for you to create value. Because like I said it the other day, credit is a broke man's game, and most people don't realize that. That's something that you give to the regular masses, you feel me? So if I have the ability to operate through a trust and leverage my assets and then still get a loan and not have to worry about a credit score, why wouldn't I do that?
Right.
But we just don't know that. So teaching the game.
Anything can go in a trust fund? Because I want people to understand this trust fund process.
I honestly don't know of one thing that cannot go into a trust, from land to firearms to people's bodies to books, intellectual property, tech.
Yeah.
It's like cars, houses, anything.
At what point in someone's life, at what, plateau should someone even think about getting a trust fund? When you at the broke stages, or we start getting a little money, or when you really got something?
Us as people, we got a bad habit of being reactionary instead of preventative. So I would recommend that the moment you start making money, you put yourself in the position of where you start doing it right. So why start off with and it's something that I always say about a lot of podcasters. Almost every podcaster I know got an LLC. You got an LLC with your social security number, right? That means the way that you structured out your business, there's a level of tax liability that you yourself are personally responsible for. So if you don't pay your taxes, the IRS gonna hit you up. And I got homies who've had this issue because of all the money that they made. They getting letters from the IRS in their name for like $60,000, and you can't dodge the IRS. Now they looking for you. Now, if you structure this out properly and you put it in a trust, your LLC in a trust, you remove yourself from that level of liability. And if you need to collapse the business, you could just walk away clear. Now, this is what I'm saying ain't illegal. There's a difference between tax avoidance and tax evasion. So you just got to understand the difference.
Well, he was talking about podcasters. He was talking about me, man. My shit in the LLC. Well, actually, I got a trust fund because of Trust Fund Baby.
I'm about to say, you just got to transfer it over into the trust. And it's super simple, because you have a document within your trust. It's called a Schedule A. And all you have to do is write your company name on there and say that the trust owns it. And then you update your registration in the state wherever it's filed, whether that's Delaware, Georgia, wherever. That's as simple as it is, bro.
From my understanding, a trust fund is untouchable by the government somewhat, right?
I would.
Okay, for an example, right? If I was a drug dealer or one of these niggas doing illegal shit, and I put a lot of assets into the trust fund, and then when the feds come or the police come and try to seize shit, the trust fund is, go ahead.
I'm listening. Because I know several people who have had to set up stuff like that for, and they don't touch that stuff because it's not attached to you. Your name and your social security number not on that. So they're not looking for you. Even now, they're not looking for you in that sense. Now, if they're looking for some money, they may start digging around.
Right.
But also that depends on how you set up your trust, where you set your trust up at, and where you holding the money at.
Because you could just be part of a trust. Like, I don't even own the trust or some shit like that, right? I could just Where, because they
you're just a beneficiary. You can just receive all the benefits from all the money that the trust make.
Right.
Them trust fund babies.
Right. They can't touch it.
No. It's a specific clause in the trust that's called a spendthrift clause, and that protects you from creditors.
Mm-hmm.
So if the United States is looked at as a creditor based on some type of financial transaction, you have a level of protection as long as that clause is in your trust. It's in your trust.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I know this sounds a little foreign to a lot of people, but trust me, like, this is definitely beneficial, and people should definitely kind of do their research on it. You know, like when you start,
it's not the flyest shit ever, but if you want money, money's fly.
For sure. And like you said, bro, like every wealthy person in history had a trust fund.
Facts.
And we got to play the same game these people playing.
From rich ass Donald Trump to the Rothschilds, Rockefellers, Waltons, even Elon Musk, any wealthy person you could think of, they house assets in the trust.
Mm-hmm.
And they also can do something what's called collateralized lending, and they can get loans based off the stuff they put in the trust.
Factuals. Now, when you say credit's a broke man game, because I just got my credit right now. Let's not discourage me here.
No discouraging. It's just in retrospect, when you look at things, what's for the masses versus what's for the wealthy. Well, you think wealthy people getting credit checks? You think somebody running Donald Trump credit?
No, hell no.
Collateralized lending based off of assets, that's for regular people. So if we still have to operate in a capacity where we're doing credit scores and credit exchanges, mean we're not doing enough in my mind, because that's not an aspect of wealth. You may be rich with good credit, but are you wealthy?
What level you think you at when it comes to what level you think you at when it comes to like the classes? Where you fit in at?
Because of the net worth of some of my assets is very, very high because of my family owns land, my tribal status, and I got a federal research and development company for cannabis too. So we have the largest recreational cannabis lounge in the United States, 9,000 square feet, and we are about to open up another dispensary up in New Jersey on Saturday. So
what's that called?
The one in New Jersey, it's called Smoke Break. That one is it's called New Jersey Nuggets, is one of the main brands we got in there. And I've been linking some of my other companies over there into New Jersey.
You just said something about tribal.
Yeah, I'm Lenape American Indian. My people were the first to sign a treaty with the United States back in 1778.
How you find that out, nigga?
Really, like sitting with the elders in my family and stuff, and for real, I did a lot of the work myself, doing the genealogy, taking trips up to New York, go kicking with my family at the powwows and stuff, and they connected me with a lot of my cousins. We started learning the language, greeting each other, getting on language classes, and you understand the importance of, just understanding where you come from when you're really trying to go somewhere. So I really leaned into having an understanding of where my family, like who they was before we got westernized, colonized.
And what year you said this was?
My people?
Yeah.
1778, but we've been here for forever though.
1778.
Yeah, and it's called the Delaware Fort Pitt Treaty, and you'll see my grandparents' name on it. It say Chief White Eyes, and it's my uncle, it say Killbuck.
Ain't that some shit? What year Christopher Columbus came over here?
What year was that? It was in the 1700s, but the United States wasn't established till 1776. That was that's when they claimed for Independence Day.
Because the other day, bro, I had smoked a blunt, and and shit started clicking. You know what I'm saying? Shit started clicking, and then I was trying to explain to a girl, like, I think we brought up the slave trade or some dumbass shit, and I was like, bro, we've been here. Like they try to brainwash us to think that, okay, everybody come from Africa, which is not true. You know what I'm saying? We was all over this motherfucker. So where I'm trying to get to is we were here. Right?
It's called post-millennium. It's when melanated people were on this land before colonization. That's the legal term for it. And like it was multiple dark-skinned people. Even you familiar with the Gap Band? You dropped the bomb on me, Uncle Charlie and stuff. You ain't never heard of the Gap Man, bro?
The Gap Man?
Gap, G-A-P.
No.
Oh my God. Wake up early in the morning. This old school music. But so you ever heard of Black Wall Street, right?
Yeah.
So Black Wall Street is the cross streets for Tulsa, Oklahoma. The Gap Band stands for Greenwood, Archer, and Pine. These are cross streets. So when they make a song like You Dropped the Bomb on Me and stuff, they're talking about the time when the United States bombed Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Okay.
Make sure you've heard this music. You just don't know who it is.
Oh, okay.
It's on all the movies and everything. But when you understand that these were not so-called African Americans, this was actually Choctaw Indians who ran this town at this time. These was melanated people with money who had oil and everything. But through education, they teach us that these were African Americans who are displaced, because then you have a disconnect from the land. You have no reason to believe that you own or control anything here. And that fucks you up from the start.
What I believe is that back then I think we didn't care too much of like ownership, I would say.
Yeah.
Because for us it was plentiful. Like the fuck. And then when these people come, the new people,
That shit was laughable. Be like, you can't own land. Like,
Yeah.
the fuck, this is land. Like,
Yeah,
it's here.
it's here.
Yeah, we
Right?
got
So,
played. We got played.
when the new people come, what's that date right there? That's when Christopher Columbus came?
Oh, 14?
14?
God damn, we was off.
Shit.
Oh.
Damn. Okay, well, damn, what I was saying. Damn, I was saying something that was gonna make sense. It was okay, yeah. So basically, when the new people came over here, they kind of manipulated us to believe, like, or to give up. Like, hey man, look, just sign this paper and we want this right here. Oh yeah, shit, take it. Like, I mean, what else can you do with it? I mean, we here.
That's a perfect example of what happens today. Because of just like our carefree, loving attitude, we get finessed in paperwork all the time, bro. And that's why I be so adamant about doing paperwork with people whenever we get into relationships, because it's a legal maxim in the Bible, and it said if it's not on paper, it didn't happen.
Yeah.
So it's just always having something common that can go back and be related to, because a contract is an agreement. This is me and you agreeing to something, and the lack thereof mean we don't have an agreement, because handshakes you clearly didn't mean shit, because we've seen people get crossed over it. So even that's something that I always tell people when we look back at like our culture and the tribal aspect. Make sure that you do your paperwork, do your due diligence, especially when you people like us, when we got all this digital IP out here.
Word.
We got to make sure we controlling our brands. And that go for anybody who has established anything. Like, you got to do your paperwork. You need to copyright, trademarks, all of these things. Put your IP in a trust. That way, if anybody ever try and cross you, you got every right to sue the hell out of them.
When I asked you about the trust fund, baby, you was like, yeah, I copyrighted it back. You didn't even say like, yeah, I came up with it. You said I copyrighted. That's when it's really official. You were like, yeah, I came up with it, but that's just an idea. But like once you put it on paper, the copyright, the trademark, that's when it's really official. It's mine.
Yeah, I had a situation where this is public too, where Lil Wayne and Rich the Kid, they dropped an album called Trust Fund Baby. It was Trust Fund Baby. They had to change it because I only own Trust Fund Baby. I don't own Trust Fund Babies. So they changed the end of it because I had to send them a cease and desist, because I'm getting DMs like, bro, you see this? You see this? I'm like, oh my God. And I'm like, I love Wayne, bro. Don't nobody want to send Weezy a cease and desist, bro.
Word.
But it's the respect to the brand. Like, I got to do what's best for the company. You feel
That's
me?
a fact. Now, you couldn't, nothing like a light bulb didn't pop out like, shit, I could eat off this? Like, shit, let them generate some bread and then sue their ass?
And for me, it's like when something's not worth it, because if they would have continued, then I would have had every right to, but they did a transition.
Got you.
So at that point, it's just like, hey, it's like they found a legal loophole. They got good attorneys. Like, you let it live. It's like change really, like, bro, all the money people like us make on a day to day, is it worth arguing with these people over months for something that I would have made in a month?
Break down quickly what the difference between the trademark and copyright.
So copyright, it is technically based off of the logo and the name itself. So copyright laws are based, the easiest way to explain it is, in layman's terms, if I make a claim on something and I put it in a public record, there's a public database that they utilize. And if you have said that this is something that you created or that you made, they will respect that. And it's also, it's actually a free way to do it, bro, because a lot of people be getting finessed by the United States government. You can look it up. It's called a poor man patent, and you can do poor man copyrights, poor man trademarks. And
for free?
Yeah, I'm about to tell you. It's for free for sure.
Just pay the nigga $1,500, man. Go ahead.
15, good God, my baby. So the easiest way to do it is you utilize the United States Post Office. You write up the copyright, trademarks, and the patents. You can Google these. You can Google templates, and all you have to do is fill in your information. There's actually websites that allow you to copyright in their database, and they don't charge you anything until you start doing so many. So you can utilize that, and also for the trademark. And all you have to do is get the registration number, you put that into the documents, and then you do a registered mail back to yourself, and you just don't open it. So if you ever have an issue, you utilize that as evidence. I recommend you do 2 copies. But this has been a process that people have been using in common law well before me and you were born. But this is like, if we're talking about giving people game, like part of the game is being able to keep the bread and not give it away, right?
Yo, listen, bro. This nigga is like a fucking encyclopedia or something. Like, you can ask this nigga a question about anything, bro. He has an answer for everything, bro. Now, one thing that I find interesting that you do and that you practice is the straw name.
You talking about UCC law?
UCC law, because people don't believe that it's real, and then if you use it wrong, or people just got the misconception that, bro, you're gonna get your ass locked up playing around with the shit. Like the police pull you over, like, hey, bro, UCC 1. That's not my name. You feel me? Like, get your ass out the car.
Get your goddamn windows bust playing with them people, bro. Like, for real, I didn't see it happen, and then even like I got into it so young. I'm like 18, 19, like getting into the information. I'm like fresh out of college, back home, and I done messed around and seen an episode of Family Guy, bro. And it was so crazy because that's what really triggered it for me. It was the MC Hammer episode. And that was when Peter was like, dun, 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 can't touch this. And it was an episode on sovereignty. And I understood that my family already had tribal status and everything. So I started looking into it. And one of my cousins who do all my tattoos, he was like, you need to talk to my dad, my Uncle Roy. So I reach out. This man mailed me a box just full of documents, bro. Nothing but paper, no books, printed shit. Nothing. I read every single
I was
thing.
about that. You read them all.
I read every single thing. My OG still got that stuff in the trash bag at the crib to this day because like that's part of my framework of what built me up into damn business. So it was constitutional laws, contract laws, and everything. And then come to find out, we got a big ass library in my crib. My mom had a UCC book in the house. So I went and I opened it and like I done fell asleep reading this book before, and that was one of the main things that actually helped me to like really blow up on social media was teaching contract law and just understanding how to leverage and utilize the system. When I was younger, I was leaving court with checks, bro. I remember the judge telling me I didn't even represent myself. I had let the state prosecutor had say something. I got pulled over for not driving with no L's doing this shit. So I went in there and I had just expressed, I leaned over to the attorney and I was like, no, I don't agree to that. I don't agree to that. But I had already showed them my paperwork in the back. So they was like, they had to understand it. And then I didn't even have to act crazy. And then the attorney had said something to the judge and it was like, Mr. Bey, go downstairs and go get your check. I went downstairs and got 2 checks.
What you mean 2 checks?
I got 2 checks. They gave me 2 checks. They gave me some money.
You went in there for a traffic ticket?
Yeah.
And you got paid?
Yeah. No, I got witnesses, bro. Like
I believe you. I believe you. This shit just funny to me.
And even understanding, you know, like when it comes to like this shit is like it's so crazy talking about this shit because like it's not the flyest stuff, but it's so necessary because it's like talking about politics, bro. It's the real world that we live in. So when you start talking about like the straw man system or that you have a business, everybody has to understand that you were born into a business. This is why you have to learn how to do business and commerce. The moment you got a birth certificate and a social security card, you started conducting in commerce.
So what, from my understanding, is that when your name is on a social security card, once they give you that number, that's an account number, a bank account number?
Yeah. And
who's getting this money?
So the business who made it, because even on the card it says it's not yours. So the Social Security Administration is a whole separate entity. So this is you actually Lionel Tillman, he good for explaining this because child support is fraud. Bro explains it like this. There's
homie that is Brandon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because he knows certain parts of the law. That's why I know he always says this publicly. there are three different parts of the government. There's the legislative, executive, and judicial branch. The Social Security Administration operates like it is one of those, which is illegal, which is a violation of the United States Constitution. So even understanding the Social Security Administration is the one that distributes these accounts and these cards. They work with the United States Treasury. So it's just, you have to understand the relationship and the direction of money flow. And especially because like it's bread to be got, bro, when you understand how to work the system.
Right.
I got one of my homegirls, she out here teaching classes on people how to coupon so they can pay their bills, which is legitimate. Because if you read the MX agreement, it say you send in the coupon when you pay your bills. And then they say they will credit the amount to your account the moment they receive it.
And it works.
Bro, I'm telling you, like,
Listen,
homie, like baby girl clocking out here, bro. She getting bread.
Listen, I believe it. You know what I mean? I believe it, and I just haven't dove deep into it. And like, you know, you hear it, but you don't know anybody. Like, I don't know anybody that's really doing this shit for real. Like, if you,
bro, what you mean? Like, you sitting right next to him?
Yeah, but the coupon shit, you know what I'm saying? The straw man, like, I know that the UCC one is a process. You know, like, right? I can't just get put on like, hey, bro.
So literally, and this is something that me and one of my homegirls was just talking about, because she just asked me to make an injunction for the state of California and one for the state of Pennsylvania. So I operate as a tribal attorney as well. So an injunction is a do not stop, do not detain injunction. So if you fill this out, it goes to the governor, it goes to the mayor, to your local law enforcement, which may be your local police office, and also the sheriff, and also the district attorney. They record this, they put this on file, and then your name goes in the system for when they come in contact with you that they're not supposed to stop or detain you. And there's evidence that this works because this is a real system. And I've been on the do not stop, do not detain list for probably over 10 years, bro. And I've had oh my God, I was on the phone with my CFO one time. I got pulled speed and I was doing 90 in Ohio. She was asking me some question about the cannabis company and I was not into it at the moment. And I'm just like, woo, lit me up. I had my international driver's license, international driving permit on me, and I gave it to him. I had just smoked in the car, just rolled up, and I had some shrooms in the trunk. I was homie was like, he looked at my credentials and he went back to the car and ran. He was like, I don't even know how to give you a ticket, bro. I'm like, just let me know what it's gonna cost and I'll pay it on the side of the road and then I could just move on. And in all honesty, that traffic stop ended up with handshakes, bro. And I went on about my business.
You said how much it's gonna cost, like to pay this nigga, like to leave me alone, or pay
the ticket?
Pay the ticket.
The ticket.
Right then and there.
I didn't even feel like arguing with homie.
That ain't how it worked, bro.
That is exactly how it worked. I got the hell on. He let me go.
Okay. You just don't pay a ticket right then and there. How much is shit gonna cost, man? You hold it.
Bro, I paid right there and they let me bounce. It was only like $200 or so.
For sure. So in the system, you're like, what does he see when he look in the system? Like,
it's literally, it's an order in red that flash that say do not stop, do not detain. So
and I get that status by how?
It's an injunction that you have to file and fill in. But for the most part, whenever I recommend, it's an education curve that come along with this, because like you just can't be like, you get pulled, you just can't be yelling UCC codes at the officer. Keep in mind, these motherfuckers did not go to school for law.
Right.
Even though they get trained on certain parts, they don't know that stuff. They get trained on people who act a fool. Like they literally, my father was a sheriff. That's another reason why I know all this stuff. You get trained on how to deal with what they classify as a sovereign citizen. So if you are ever subject or classified in that realm, which could be very dangerous for people who don't know how to articulate themselves, you could find yourself getting knocked upside the head with a billy club just because they think there's video of these people getting out the car shooting people who claim to be sovereign citizens. That's why they get trained on it. So you got to literally like be mindful of how you talk. That's why the main thing, how I address myself, I'm an American Indian. I'm Lenape. My people sign treaties. We got precedent here. We got protection here. Don't put me in this category with these nut jobs because I have legal protections. But also, they understand what tribal laws is when you come in contact with law enforcement.
For sure.
I know that shit is a lot, bro.
It is a lot.
But it's bread. Like I said, it's bread to be got. Even it's laws on discharging and a Fair Credit Reporting Act. So discharging the debt that's real. And people be like, it doesn't work that way. district attorneys, they manage the debt and the comptrollers for every state. And I have friends who literally send over their bills to the DA and they get their stuff removed. One of my elders, he took his paperwork in. He owed like $3,000 on a storage unit, and he took his paperwork in, and they just wiped the debt, bro. Just wiped it. So it's more real than fiction, bro. It's the game is to be sold, not told, and it's clearly not for goofies, because the moment that people start misusing it, they're gonna change the system.
Right. Once the shit get in the wrong hands, niggas definitely know how to abuse some shit. Oh, bro, I got the new lick, bro. Listen, bro, we ain't got to pay no more bills. All we got to do is send in. Yeah, niggas don't always fuck some shit up.
The crazy thing is that system is designed to work like that. People don't realize they paying their bills twice, bro. Because if you sending in the coupon, which is also considered a negotiable instrument, and then you also tendering either credit, fiat, cash, anything extra, that's double booking as far as the IRS is concerned. And you're not even claiming this on your tax credits, but most people are just paying one way. They're not sending in a coupon. They're not even following the payment agreement. So you're really leaving money on the floor. One of my elders in a cannabis company, he literally pays his bill with cash and he sends in the coupon and he gets all that money back from the IRS every year.
Taxes.
Yeah. So he get a big ass check because it's like he doing double book entry. He's claiming the money from the coupon from the paper that he did not make, bro.
Have you heard the saying that we don't have to pay taxes?
There's no law that say you have to pay taxes. It's voluntary. There's no federal law.
You pay taxes?
Why would I pay taxes? I'm an Indian, bro.
I don't know. You brought up taxes a couple times.
I'm an Indian. Why would I pay taxes?
So anybody that's a part of a tribe doesn't have to pay taxes. That's just law.
It's in the 14th Amendment. It says Indian not taxed.
I might be an Indian, bro.
Most people here are, bro. Where your people from?
Haiti.
Haiti.
Yeah.
All your family from Haiti? Your mom and dad side?
Shit, I don't know. I know my mom and dad from Haiti, bro. And
no, but see, when you come from the islands, the indigenous cultures have different. So, like, if we talk about like the DR and Puerto Rico and stuff, like that's Taino and Arawak tribes, still considered American Indian tribes. So it just depends on what your people is classified in that specific area. But it's indigenous business benefits depending on if you come from the Americas or if you come from Africa or anywhere. People just don't know how to tap into it. Because if you look at it, like I'm from Detroit, bro. So we have a large Arab population. They out there getting to the bag, bro, because of the tax benefits and the government breaks that's being given to them because they're foreigners. We just don't accept that status. Some of us don't even have passports to where other people is from or identification to even acknowledge it.
At what point did this become cool to you? Because like, you know, like,
when it started paying, when I got a first 30K weekend, that's when it came real cool. I was like, shit.
30K weekend on what, like teaching this shit or what?
I taught a class, I made 30K a weekend, and then I knew like shit was real.
Because I mean, you from the streets.
Yeah.
Like, at what point did it like transition over to like?
Let me clean that up. I'm from the west side of Detroit, but I have a private school education. I got a private school education. But yeah, I be in the hood though. Like we got yeah, bro. So what was your question?
Well, okay. You don't gotta be a street nigga, but kinda what you
I had my trap season. Don't get it wrong.
For sure. Okay. I didn't want to say that. I didn't want to put you in that category. You definitely like you probably sold some shit.
Bro, we selling digital shit now.
It's facts. But yeah, when we're younger, we're in the streets, like none of that shit really matters to us. Credit, UCC, all that shit doesn't fucking matter. And then at some point we start to smarten up and be like, yo, like, damn, like this shit makes sense. I need to start really putting some time into it. Cause we'll hear it as a young nigga and be like, yeah, whatever, credit, whatever. I mean, like we start hearing this shit, but like at what point did it become like, you know what? I need to become you really became a man. That's what becoming a man is, like understanding knowledge and applying this shit. And for the next generation.
When you say it like that, it clicked when that moment was, because when I was watching that Family Guy episode, I think shortly after that, I got a phone call saying that my first son was being born. So I was already studying. But also, bro, when I was trapping in my youth, like I got homies who can vouch for this, who came to my first son baby shower, everything. So they didn't know me for a while. When I was doing things that was immoral, when I was out in the streets and stuff, I was literally telling people about themselves. I'm like, bro, you know where you from? You know you this, you know you that? You know about this law, you know about that law? So it's in me, like, bro, I grew up like that, and I already knew that I needed to make a transition once I had that baby. So I was technically overqualified because of my education, trying to go work for other places. They was like, no, we can't afford you. You can't work here. So I do what most people do who don't have any other options, bro. I started trapping. And even when I was doing that, I was still teaching.
What education you got?
Me?
Yeah.
I went to military school mostly, but I even went to a private college. So I went to military school in Jacksonville, North Carolina, and I went to a dual enrollment. So I went to a lot of institutions like that. Cass Tech, which is a school you got to take a test to get into in Detroit. And then I went to Inkster High School, which was a dual enrollment high school. So they gave me my college credits. I went to Cookman, which is a private college. And then after I left Cookman, I went and took courses at Michigan State. Yeah. I had to go to HBCU, bro.
Word.
Had to go to HBCU. I'm so thankful I went to a HBCU. I recommend all of us go to HBCUs, bro. It's nothing like being around your people in the education system because nobody gonna take care of you like your own.
Mm-hmm.
Especially like when these people look at you like you, they niece, nephew, they son or whatever, and they understand you just here to really get an education.
Mm-hmm.
It's different than it's just being a business or an institution because you really end up, HBCUs is families, bro. And that's why I love them. And I love what Deion Sanders did with the HBCU community.
So you got a degree and you feel like you couldn't work for anybody?
I knew I couldn't work it for anybody. I was listed on my resume as a manager for my mom company at the time. I was like 16, 17. So it was like every place that I was applying for. And I was smoking hella weed and they was drug testing everybody. And I had no intentions on quitting, bro.
Right.
So it was just like, figure it out.
Yeah, niggas gonna do everything to pass a drug test but stop smoking. Can I borrow your
I'm like, that's the easiest way for me to catch a case, snapping out on somebody, bro. That's why it's just, you understand the life. I knew what I wanted.
Yeah.
And even today, like, you know, life is always about manifestation, willing things into your existence.
Word.
Everything that I desire, I get in life. Whether if it's a business model, if it's money, it's a car, if it's a woman, I'm gonna get it because I know how to will it in. So even if it takes time, bro, I always lay the foundation in order for it to happen. Even when I was trapping, I was telling people that this is this and this, this and this. And even like, you understand that, well, I understand for myself that a lot of my greatness will come through my humility as me being a teacher. So that's one of the things that I had to learn and work on because trapping doesn't make you a kind person.
How easy is it for you to manifest? And what is your practices?
So I ain't gonna hold you, bro. I deal with I tap into the juju, bro. It's just like the juju, you know, like spiritual stuff.
Voodoo?
If that's what energy work, it's energy work.
Energy work.
Yeah. It's I'm like, they do it, why not? I'm like, the Jewish community, they read the Kabbalah, they use all of our spiritual practices and sciences. Like, I come from an indigenous culture. Like, we tree huggers and stuff. We love nature. So we do divination and things like that. So one of the ways I stay in alignment is I go get readings. And I'm also, I'm willing to say it because I love the culture. I'm an EFI practitioner as well. So that is,
fix the mic, adjust it.
So that's big. As far as me being able to have, just think about it, bro. How many mentors can you really have in your life at this point?
Unlimited?
No. I'm saying like really, really like as far as the level of growth that you have, well, for myself, especially because of my mindset, it's not too many people that I come in contact with that I feel are going to help me to elevate sometimes.
Okay.
Or even to where I can allow somebody to guide me in an aspect of where like, I may be doing wrong here, I may be doing wrong here because these niggas are doing wrong. Like, that's like me going to go get a therapist who got their own problems. But that's one of the main reasons why we get the readings, because that doesn't come from the individual who's doing the reading. That's something through nature. They're just challenging it. So if I need some correction, nature will align, it'll get me right. And I'd rather talk to nature than somebody who's going to put their own twist on my alignment. You feel me?
When you get a reading, who is it from? Is it from like a Baba?
Yeah, it'll be from a Hawo, but I can read for myself too. It's just I feel like I may be biased sometimes. I do.
For sure.
I pay so I pay respects, and it's part of the process. You got to give cash. But it's like it ain't like nobody busting me over the head or anything. It's a level of commitment and sacrifice because there is no end to sacrifice, and that's one thing that people have to realize, and that's one thing that if I teach too. So that's my mentorship. The one thing I realized, because I would be looking for guidance, even like I had a father, and I actually had two fathers. Like I had one raised me in the military who my mom was with, and then my biological father. So I was fortunate to have examples of two great men in my life. So it's not like I'm looking for any male guidance for, you know, some centering, but it is good to have grown ass men who have sense to communicate with, you feel me? Because you just may need some checks and balances to be like, hey bro, I think I'm tripping, let me know. And if you can't find that, I found that in E5 because some of the homies be on bullshit sometimes. They literally gonna endorse your bullshit.
They will, bro. Not saying that they're yes men, but they think just like you.
Exactly.
So you might explain the situation like, man, bro, hell no, you weren't wrong.
And I was dead ass wrong.
Yeah. What do you say? What would you say the cons of getting readings?
If you ignore that shit, it's gonna get real. It's like, don't go there in expectations of you. Like, you gotta take it serious. It's a level of commitment, because that's why they say don't ask questions you don't want to know the answers to. You go there and you ask certain questions and you get told. Like, if you go there and you ask, should you date this girl? And they tell you no, and you keep dating this girl. Next thing you know, she done bust you upside your head with a cast iron skillet, and now you got a DV charge because she says you hit her. All because you didn't listen. It go like that, bro.
So do you take everything that they say? And because here's my thing, because I get readings too, because I always need some type of clarity.
Yes.
I don't get them too much because I like to be in control of my own destiny.
Hell yeah! It's like ruining Christmas.
Yes.
I want to know what's happening.
Yeah, you feel me? Like I want to create. I want to be surprised a little bit, but then again, it'd be times where you're a little confused and like you need clarity on certain things. But some things they might tell you that you don't want to hear, or it kind of doesn't even fit you. And you're like, I don't know. So it's like you just can't take bits and pieces. You got to take it as a whole, but it's like how you break it down and then how you react, I would say.
One thing I realized when it comes to readings, it's like either sometime it has already happened in the past, or either it's about to happen or it's happening right now. So sometimes you do have to take it in sections because, pause, that shit was crazy. Like, for real. But like, dissect the reading in sections, fam, and just know that even though, because one thing that I can say, anything that has been told to me in a reading has came true over time. Even I went and got, like when I first got initiated in this, or when I first got my right hand, they had told me like what my life was going to be like, and they told me that like people are going to hate you and not even know why. That's like, that shit don't matter. Just keep doing what you're doing. I have literally, and people in this room can attest to it, I have literally had niggas hate on me and can't even verbalize as to why. They just can't articulate it, bro. So it's just, even outside of that, like understanding like you may have health concerns, there may be some transitions I need to make in my life. I made the adjustments and it's been to my benefit. And then I've also seen what really made me tap into it was when I seen people playing with it and how it whooped their ass. So that was the reality check for me, because like I don't go get readings every week. Low key, I be on bullshit sometimes. Yeah, I'm like, you know how it be, like life be lifing. So when I'm supposed to like really get quarterly, but when I check in, I make sure I do everything that I agreed to do when I go sit there and I go have that conversation with that elder.
I had a reading back in I think like February, early like February, and basically, she was a card reader, tarot card reader. But you know, like they all have power.
Some of them is solid. Some of them is solid. I just be needing to know like who verified you, because I know how you get verified in IFA. You got to go through a whole system. You got to learn a language. You got to learn how to divine. Who the fuck taught you how to read these cards? Who's your elder? Who's your practitioner who passed this information down to you? Because some people go watch YouTube videos, be like, I do readings, and I'll be like, fuck that.
Now, I will go based off of a person, like as I'm doing a reading or listening to them. If they can like start saying shit that I'm like, hold up, how do you know this?
Yeah, stuff
Okay,
that
all right,
relate.
cool. But what this person told me, it was pretty on point. Like she was saying, like, oh man, I see you dealing with some herbs, because I was already, what I'm saying, whipping up the formula, like trying to come up with the brand, the third leg shit. She was like, yeah, I see you dealing with some herbs, someone injecting stuff or putting it on their skin, and I see you in a warehouse. And so I say all to say this, like she told me the vision, which I already had for myself, but she kind of clarified it. But she was like, you're gonna start making the most money in June. It's like a specific date. And I was like, all right, cool. But once I got off that phone, it kind of clarified it, and I went to work. Like if she say my shit coming to June, and when June come, I need to be set for ways for money to come into my life. So what I'm saying is, like, you'll get a reading, and if you don't take the steps, if you don't take action, it won't come into fruition. Even if you don't get a reading at all, even if you had like a vision or you want to manifest something, and
like making a vision board, we're not doing shit to get you towards the board.
You think you're just gonna wake up one day, oh damn, the house? No, it don't work like that. It's really about action. It's the thought, then action. And then how I look at, people that give the readings, they are just an extra, what would that word be?
I can just consider them medians. They're
a
just,
median.
Yeah.
A median. Just to clarify shit.
Yeah.
Just to clarify.
They're to channel a message for you. And that's literally what they explain. The elders is there for you. So it's like, it's never them explaining it. They're just reading the message that's coming through them. So I'm like, I'm cool with that. And I would be, one thing I don't want to do, if like I'm not a fearful individual, one thing I would not ever want to do is be in a position to where I am not financially sound. And I feel like ignoring spiritual guidance is the easiest way to get financially fucked up, bro.
Well, damn. I mean, I think that's so true because, they get in the your ancestors is what's delivering this message, basically. So this is, part of you. And if they could see your future and if they can guide you, financial is all levels, financial, spiritual, all of it. So like I think that you need some type of like spirituality in just life, period. And you need guidance. You need that shit because you can get lost. You know what I'm saying? You can fuck your money up. You can goddamn fuck your life up if you ain't got that type of guidance. If you ain't got any type of guidance.
Yeah, you need checks and balances in the world, and like
checks and balances
for real. And that's why I love that particular system, and I love anything that highlight women because they do teach one thing in this practice. It's like money is a feminine energy. So you like literally you have to learn to respect feminine energy, and even you understand that wealth comes heavily through women. Who is our largest consumer? Who buys things for themselves, the children, and the men? Only the woman.
I mean, we do too.
No. We may take care of the bills.
Women do spend the most money.
They are the largest. Sure. They are the largest spenders, bro. And that's just representation of what they call like Ajay, which is the feminine energy of money, bro. And you understand, me understanding that, like, I've been able to get into a lot of doors just by having the right women in the rooms with me, bro. Because they will communicate more than I will. And it's just the way how men work with women.
They can communicate non-verbally. I understand that. I understand the feminine energy. Not in that aspect when it comes to EFI. But I understand the feminine energy, having them around, respecting them. You know what I mean? Like, truth be told, like, I might talk a lot of shit on the internet, but bro, I definitely respect women and I understand the power that they bring into my life.
That's just so crazy because I be telling people about that. Like when I be like, some of my homies, like when I be putting them on your pod and stuff, I be like, the crazy thing, I'm like, y'all really don't let that shit fool you. I'm like, bro, is a genius. Yeah. I'm like, he's far from slow, bro. I'm like, he know how to play the game, and like that's like it's in your branding, bro.
Now, with the power of women, you also are poly. Deal with poly.
Yeah. I love women.
I love them too, man. I mean, I love them. But did you make that decision based on knowing that women are powerful and that by having multiple women in your life that you gain power?
I would be lying if I said that and I didn't say I had some selfish reasons behind it and just be like, oh no, we can get money. Like, nah, like I'm gonna keep it 100. Like, I'm a man. Like, who doesn't want multiple women? So I was like, that of course was at the top of my list. Like, oh yeah, like I could take pictures, do videos, like be going crazy on the ground. I'm like, that crossed your mind, and then you just be like. And the crazy thing is, I don't even advertise or promote the women that I'm in relationships for their own protection, because you don't have to be involved with anything that I got going on. But they're in my life. They know everything that's going on. They know about my OnlyFans business, everything, because I communicate that with them. So the main thing that made me realize it was I had I just said this story this morning. I was actually dating this one girl at the time, and I was so torn between her and my ex, and I just really wanted to be with them both. But I told Shorty, I'm like, I can't be with you right now. And I just broke her heart. And a little bit later after that, I had got a natal chart reading, and it was just like, it said right in the natal chart reading, it was like, monogamy is not for you. So just because like I'm trying to figure out like what's going on with me, what's going on with myself, looked a little bit deeper, and then like once I seen that, I'm like, okay, set. That's bet. Like, we can run with that. Like, no monogamy. Okay. And then I started looking into our genealogy and stuff. My grandfathers had actually joined nations and had multiple wives like that. One of the Lenape chiefs, he actually had married a Seneca woman, which is another New York tribe. Yeah. So it was literally evidence in my family, like, it's genetically and encoded in me to be a polygamous male. I just didn't understand it. I was fighting myself.
Genetically encoded in him. It's in his DNA. The shit is in his DNA. I think for me too, man. One day I came to a crossroad, and bro, I used to just be jumping. I used to just be going back and forth, like, you know what, I could deal with woman, then maybe I want more. You really gotta make a decision, bro.
You do, and especially because the craziest thing is when you start getting like rap star attention off this social media stuff, influencer lifestyle. Like, I tell people, like, I live a rap lifestyle off book shit, bro. Like, I've had women tell me they can't watch my YouTube videos because they feel like they cheating on their husband, and I be fully dressed, bro. I'm talking about business. But you just understand, like, when you put yourself out in this presence, like, there's somebody for everybody. And if they seeing a lot of you and they starting to like what it is that you saying because you provide something that they not getting, it opens up the doorway for that level of attention. So then you got to become guarded, because now you have hundreds of thousands of women looking at you, hitting you up, staring at you. And then you have to figure out how to be guarded and understand what's actually right for you and be selective, because it may not always be the baddest looking one. She could be a fucking headache. It may be the one who got a degree.
Or it could be that 6.5. You know what I mean? Like,
that's 6.5.
That's 6.5.
That's kind of pushing it. But like, the crazy thing, like Sauce Walker said, you can build a body. You can build a body. That's one thing credit is good for. You can build a body.
You can't build no brain. That's what you can't do. You cannot build a brain.
So, like, if it wasn't for my polygamous relationship, I wouldn't make as much money as I do, because I wouldn't have the infrastructure that I have. And even to the point where I get asked by the women that I'm with sometimes, like, am I looking for another woman? And then it just be like, you really have to ask yourself, like, do you want that right now? It really be like, because you understand what it is when you in a relationship with two women. I don't think most people understand what it is to be in a relationship with one woman, because it depending on how you allocate out your time. I'm married also. I'll be married 10 years this year, December. So understanding what that level of commitment is, and then quantifying that, and then doing that again, we talking about time, energy, money. I'm like, do you have the wherewithal to do that? That shit not for everybody. I know it sounds fly, but it's not for everybody.
So wait, you're married, right? She was the first. And then you came in and brought in another one.
Yeah. We actually had dated other girls and just figuring out what works out. But I'm a difficult individual to deal with.
When it comes to polygamy, everybody got to feel like they're on equal playing fields. But with one being married, she has the upper hand on whoever else you bring in. Right? She's big dog. She's.
I want to say she run, like, I ain't gonna hold you. Like, she held me down, and like, I would not be in this position. I wouldn't even be able to. You can't be polygamous if you don't have a woman who's willing to allow you to be polygamous. That's just the reality.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, you're a cheater.
Right.
So just being respectful, like, yeah, like she is big dog, but also there is a level of communication and respect that happens there because everybody knows that I'm married to her and they respect that. But also you got to realize when you polygamous, like I done had multiple women living in my crib before. I was on sleep schedules. I'm in this bed this day, this bed this day, on the couch this day. It gets serious, bro.
It doesn't cause friction when like, do they ever bring it up? Like, well, I want to get married too, nigga.
It comes up. And because of my tribal status, it's something that I take super seriously because somebody is coming into my tribal family and also all of the assets, the business and everything that somebody is incorporated into. But for me, if I see that level of value in you and I've given you this level of commitment, I will marry you. But also, I don't have to marry people through the United States government. So it's a contractual agreement between us on paper, and then you're entitled to everything, and we just lay it all out on paper.
When you speak about infrastructure, what do these women do for you?
And shit, in some cases, send groceries to my damn house, bro. I don't go grocery shopping, and I be in Florida by myself a lot. So most of my women usually are in different states, or either they come be with me in Florida or whatever. So they ask me whatever I need. I'll send text messages. I'll be like, send this to the house. They order my groceries. All I got to do is go to the door, go get my food. Sometimes I cook, sometimes I don't. I don't drive. In all honesty, I don't be driving much. And like, if I need help with business, if I need somebody to talk to, if I need to vent, if I may need, even though I honestly don't be needing financial help, but I know if I need it because of the way that they're structured, I could get financial help. The goal is to really build as a collective and I take from it. So and of course, like, good sex. I'm like, because the sex bad, we not gonna make it to that point. Marriage is never even gonna become a discussion, bro. I'm like, and that's really that. Like, we had this conversation the other day. I was actually talking to my CFO about that. She was like, "Is those type of relationships, would that be a deal breaker for you if the sex is not good?" And I'm like, absolutely, because unless it was a monetary, like, if shout out to all the cougars with money and 401ks. If you looking for a young fine man, you can hit me on 248-325-8702
and be number 3, right?
Hey, if it works for you, it works for you.
So when you say bad sex, like the sex not good, is it the because pussy is pussy? Now
that's how it would seem that way.
But the act of sex, like the art of it, the art of sex, I think
I got a funny story because I actually one of my exes and one of my poly relationships, I got her ass done and shorty was just not flexible at all. And I told her, I'm like, yo, like, having sex with you feel like work. Like, I feel like I'm in this way breaking my back down, like I'm contracting on the crib. And I'm just like, you are no help, shorty. And it got to the point where I'm like, you know, like, they call them like pillow princesses. It's like, are you gonna participate? I'm like, you can stay there and like cute or whatever, but nobody wants to go make all this money, do all of this stuff, and then it's like, sex should be enjoyed. It should be fun. It shouldn't feel like hard labor. It shouldn't. So when it felt like that for me, I felt like I was coming to work again, bro. And I was just like, there's got to be a change. So she wasn't willing to change, so we no longer together. I'm like, I live in Miami. It's like, you got to be realistic. Like, you got to get right or somebody will replace you. It's BBLs galore down there. OnlyFans galore. It's like, it's freaks on every corner. So and my mom is always good for telling any woman that I dated, if you don't do it, another woman will. Like, my OG will tell women straight up, because that's real. Somebody is pretty much always willing to replace you in your situation as a woman. And that's unfortunate, but it's way more women in this world than it is men. And that's another reason why polygamy is a benefit.
You also said that you do not, what was the word? you don't post them.
Oh,
Right.
yeah.
For their own protection.
Yeah, because I hurt a nigga.
Hear me out, right? Hear me out. Because I'm in a situation, right, where like my girl, man, like she just be on my ass of like, oh, you don't show me off or you don't post me. I'm like, yo, listen, you don't understand. Like this social media shit, I get it. And then it's not for me to showcase like my real personal life on that motherfucker.
That shit ain't none of these people business,
It
bro.
ain't none of these people, because people got Twitter fingers. They can say what the fuck they feel like, and they feel like it's no consequence behind it. And a nigga like me, it will be some consequence.
I'm telling you, I
know
hurt
what I
these
mean?
niggas.
I don't have to. That's just one reason. And then two, like people study. If people start doing their homework, and if they had beef with you, shit, well, I can't get to this nigga. I'm gonna go find
You
this.
gotta protect your
You feel
family.
me? So I'm thinking on that type of level. And then two, she thinking like by me showing her off, like, oh, it's gonna
stop the hoes.
It's not.
That shit gonna stop the hoes at all.
It's gonna bring more.
They gonna be like, oh, he can commit. He's a family man.
He buying her gifts. Man, yeah, I'm finna get a nigga some pussy.
Bro, that don't stop shit, bro. Like, men with wedding rings get more attention than men who don't. That shit is crazy because women like commitment.
Mm-hmm.
They see that as security and safety.
Mm-hmm. And then people want what they can't have.
Always.
Oh well, shit. He looked like he married, but man, I could break this nigga. You know, like that'd be the most excitement for women. Like
one thing I can tell you about the social media component, bro. As a man who's been married for 10 years, my family didn't even know I was married for almost the first 3 years, bro. Keeping people out your business will be the longevity of your relationship, especially niggas who don't know you online. Because all with what you do, the hate is gonna come, and I don't think Shorty want that because it's gonna be comparison to comparison to comparison
all the time.
And like, why put yourself in that situation? Save your sanity.
But they need it. They need that type of validation. They need
love this social media shit. They know this shit works, bro.
Like, for women, social media is real for them. You know, they posting their daily life. You know what I'm saying? They stories filled up with everything that they doing today. Like, they ain't trying to hide locations. Nigga like us, like, bro, I'm not trying to post my location right now. No.
Don't even let niggas know when I'm in town.
Fuck no. For women, it's real. For me, especially somebody that has a big platform, but I don't know who the fuck is watching me.
Bro, the craziest thing is when you start doing this shit, you don't know who know you wherever you go. I was in the Bahamas and people walked up on me. This is like, you from Detroit? I'm like, who are you? Where do you know me from?
Feel me?
Walking on South Beach 2 a.m. Somebody came across on the angle. He was like, DJ. I'm like, if you know me, you know don't walk up on me like that, bro. I'm like, who are you? It get dangerous when you get exposure. And I don't think they understand that. They think this shit is cute. This is work.
This shit is work. This shit is work for me. All work.
And that's our job as men. We have to protect them. Yes. They know not what they do sometimes.
And even if they don't understand, you just got to deal with it. I'm going to try to explain this shit the best way I can, but baby, it ain't for that. And then the one day that I fold, then I open the door to being vulnerable to whatever. You know, like, nah, hell no.
And it's not worth it. It's not worth the backlash. And it's, even though it may have its benefits, you know, like some women may, but in retrospect, what's best for the business, not people's feelings. What's best for the business.
And then motherfucker quit. Oh, you posted these girls. Hey, listen, man. They ain't my girlfriend.
Hey, yo, I done got a phone call before it. I got a phone call before it. Like, what is this? I'm like, man, I don't care about that. That shit fake.
Shit fake. This shit is all fake, man.
This shit is acting, dog. It's just like, I be real because it's like you understand. Like, we be running skits and stuff at a time, and we're content creators. Like, podcasting is like baby acting, bro. And you have to be able to keep retention. So we just understand what we here to do, and we just good at it. And sometimes that's hard to deal with.
Yeah, I think I might fuck around and lose my relationship with you, bro.
Don't say that shit. Don't speak that into existence.
I don't, but bro, them arguments be intense.
Post it on your personal page. On your Jonathan Dupont page.
Bro, nobody. Bro.
That's what I'm saying.
She gonna be like 7,000 followers. I need all 400. Fuck no,
It'll
man.
Be sick. He was like, "Oh, you playing games, huh?"
Yeah, she gonna think this is a game. I mean, like, you think I'm stupid?
Post her to the story, bro.
No, bro.
She said she need a real, huh? Whole video talking.
She need to be on main stage. You feel me? Like,
she want to be pinned in the top 3.
She said, "Tell the world you got a girlfriend." I said, man, listen, I'm telling you, it's not gonna work how you think this is gonna work, baby. I'm telling you, my DMs gonna start flooding with more pussy. I used to show off a girl I used to deal with.
How
Bro,
did that work?
it never stopped nothing, bro. It never stopped nothing.
Well, how was she understanding what it was you was doing in the relationship?
See, she was like damn near famous, so like
Okay.
it was incentivized for me to post her. Like,
Gotcha.
all right, well, shit, she's known. Like, I could post her, but
Yeah, that really don't help your case, bro. That really don't help your fucking case at all.
it's like it's a benefit that come with, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, people know her already. You know what I'm saying? By me associating myself with her, like, okay, now it's
Brand
boosting both of us. You know what I'm saying? It works for the brand.
Good for the business.
Good for the business, right? You know what I mean? But me posting somebody that no one knows for real, it's like, okay,
Don't
why?
say that on camera.
I mean, okay, that most people don't know, right? That most people don't know. And then why? Why? And I was just opening doors for anything. I'm not going, bro. I don't give a fuck how much we are.
I hope if she ever see this clip, just understand. If you want longevity in your relationship, the best thing to do is keep people out your business.
Keep people out your motherfucking business, bro.
That includes family members, all that, because people gonna have opinions. And I've seen Grant Cardone's wife explain it super well, and I've heard this from multiple women. You do not need to be in a situation where people can plant bad energy into a situation that's already good.
Mm-hmm.
And that also include DMs, negative comments, because your ass gonna go read them. You gonna go read them.
Facts.
And then that's no different from you going to go whenever you get upset with your partner and you go kick it with your homegirls, but he did this, he did that. Because now they have a distaste for him, and that's going to be what they keep in mind from him, even though you go back home and shit is cool.
Mm-hmm.
And now they just thinking about all of the negative.
Because you going to go forget this motherfucker.
For sure.
You going to go forgive him, but in their mind, he's still a bad nigga. Oh, he the nigga that called her a bitch and slapped her side of the head.
Now that's kind of extreme though. But
is it extreme?
It depends on
I'm not saying I hate women. I never have.
No, it depends on what you into. Some girls like role play, bro.
No, some girls deserve. Some people deserve to get hit.
I am not in disagreement with that, bro. I'm a young man who wears suits and gaiters and furs. I'm from Detroit, Michigan, and you know, like I come from a long line of, you know,
pimpism.
Okay, so it's just I always hope it never get there.
You don't want it to.
Yeah, I'm about to say I probably had one situation in my life where I had to put my hands on a woman because I do my best talking, and then also they know I'm a black belt, bro.
I forgot to mention this nigga is a fucking black belt, y'all. I forgot to mention that part, man. Look, it's a long list of shit, but go ahead.
Yeah, I got I'm the world's fastest brick breaker for
no.
Since 2014. I'm third-degree black belt. I'm about to say, like, I had one who was crazy enough still trying to tussle with me, bro. I had to sidekick shorty. I'm like, I'm not about to roll around with you.
Kick it. Hey, I had to kick a chick the other day too, bro. I ain't gonna hold you. And like also because I was like, man, I can't slap or punch you. I was like, man,
yes, that's why you push kick, like just get up off me because I can't put my hands on you.
Damn, bro.
That's why we like, and then like I'm not allowed to put my hands on people, bro. So it literally got to be a self-defense situation. So that's why I'm like, I always pray and never get to that. But that be the benefit of, you know, dealing with intellect. If I can articulate, I had one situation. I was leaving the strip club down in Miami, bro. I'm in the back of the Tesla with shorty with a BBL. And bro, she was just dumb thick, bro. And all I remember was she was tight because my homie who was with her girl, he had brought other strippers over to the table. And she was like, I hate that she's doing it. I'm like, hey, I'm on my business. So that shit ain't got nothing to do with me. So we get in the car. We on a way going home. It's like 5, 6 in the morning. Shorty starts bringing it up again. She's like, so you don't have anything to say? I'm like, Shorty, I'm on my business. She's like, you're too much of a pussy to have an opinion. I was like, hey, listen here, Shorty. Like, I'm from the west side of Detroit. I'll choke the shit out you. Like, and then so it just, but you pray it never get there. You just pray it never get there. And like, the crazy thing is, we super cool. She clean our cribs, bro. She come clean the cribs. But I had to let her know, like, don't play with me.
She got beside herself.
For
you
sure.
got to check them.
Yeah, for sure.
You got to check before you even get to that point of, listen, I got to warn you first.
All right, wring your neck, dog, if it get there. Like, don't do that. I'm like, cause I can't hit you, but we gonna have a firm understanding in this place, please.
Cause one time this shit grabbed my big Cuban and attempted to like throw it off a balcony. She's like, I'm about to make you run, nigga.
What is wrong with it?
I said, yo, listen, I didn't give her no reaction because if I would have gave her a reaction, it probably would entice her to do it. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna stay calm because if she do it, this is gonna be the first time I punch the bitch. listen, I wasn't gonna slap her. I was gonna punch her. I was gonna cock this bitch back and show her like, listen, you throw $50,000.
We do not incentivize DV violence.
Sometimes women try to take it there, and I never put my hands on a woman. I walk off. Like I never let a woman get me there. But like you throw 50,000 down the motherfucker, because you ain't gonna replace it. Now I gotta make you feel my pain.
You gotta go get that. It's probably gonna get bent. You gonna have to get it rebuffed. Everything.
She gonna have to get her face rebuffed.
Bro, yeah, I'm like, and it's just that's why. Like you gotta love and respect women because like one of the elders said it's better to war with 500 men than one woman because the way that they have the ability to work, it is crazy, bro. They can become the most spiteful individuals on this planet, and they know the shit to do to hurt you because if a motherfucker took my trust fund baby chain and tried to hang it over a balcony, I may feel away, bro. I may feel away. I'm like,
you might want to use a goddamn karate chop.
I didn't have to put a couple girls to sleep.
I bet you did. I bet you. That's the easiest way. Come here.
Remember I told you the story about what I did with my children one time? They used to get mad at me because when I was acting up, I used to try and put them to sleep.
Whoa, like
yeah, just out of there
with the kids.
I don't got time to be fussing with I don't argue with people, bro.
I don't argue either, bro. All that negativity, man. Listen, I ain't got the time or energy for it. I'd rather just walk away and get up out of there. But if I'm in a situation when I can't, then you got to use other.
And it's like, on a day, because I know you got your men's group and stuff. I look at it like this. Communicating sometimes with your spouse when they have a grievance with you can take almost like 2-3 hours, bro.
Yes.
That's money I just missed, goddamn. I'm like, can we shelf this shit? For real. Because this is getting out of hand. And usually that allows people to cool down because women usually when they feel upset, they want to talk about it right then. And I've been fortunate enough that the women who I date, they understand like, I don't have the time to entertain this right now, but I respect your feelings. They're valid. But can we table this until I'm done making money that everybody needs in this circle? So it forces them to respect the situation. And they just have to like hold their feelings for a minute. But even still, you have to respect that in inverse because you can't ask for them to validate your feelings immediately when you make them, do that. It's balance to the game for sure.
I couldn't appreciate an emotionally intelligent woman. Like it's not a lot out there for sure. But a woman that can kind of control her emotions and then don't lash out. Because any woman, any ex that I've dealt with that I've understood that once they get in a situation where like they quick to like put their hands on you or call the police, I gotta get up out of there because this is not beneficial to my life.
Happening.
You know what I mean? Like some niggas try to stay in them situations like, nah, you know what I'm saying? She just look crazy. No.
No DV cases, bro.
No.
We not doing that.
Nowhere close to it.
If it gets to the point where you can't communicate and you gotta start putting your hands on people, that's not the situation you need to be in. That is a toxic relationship, homie. And it's gonna end up with somebody getting hurt and it's gonna end up costing one of y'all some money because bonding out of jail gets expensive.
For sure. Yeah, I'm not ever going to jail for no chick. I ain't dealing with it, bro. If any girl that attempt, she even bring up the police, you ain't the one for me. You was not the one for me, baby. If you think you gonna call the police on me or you bring up court or this ain't us. This ain't for us.
I had a situation like that with my first son. His mom, she thought that she threw the child support word around. I had to really tell Shorty on the phone. I remember I was coming off the freeway. I was pulling up to the family house and I was like, you really don't know who my family is. I was like, you got me fucked up. And I went and I filed a whole bunch of paperwork. I had Shorty in court at least 7 times before my son was 3.
Damn. On what though?
Just because I could. I'm dead ass, bro. I'm like, you think you gonna play with me? I'm gonna stress you out. Cause she was working and I'm like, I know you gonna miss these court dates, so whatever the ruling always gonna be in my favor. So, or either you gonna miss money or you gonna miss court. So give me what I want, and I'll stop pressing you. I just flipped the script. I read the laws on the child laws for Michigan, bro. And it's just like we cool now. She said something I ain't like.
Did you get custody? That one of them?
I don't. So custody is a farce. Everybody fake. That should mean fake. Excuse my vocabulary. Um, custody is a false representation that the United States gives people. Legally, you only have parentage of your children if they're United States citizens. The United States has custody of them. So you're just there to bring them up to the age of majority, which is of 18. You're nothing more than a caretaker for them. People don't know that legally. So custody is just some mental shit because my children got tribal certificates. They belong to the tribe. So she can be the caretaker, but they belong to the tribe.
Wow. That's unfortunate. Like what? It's my fucking seed. What you mean?
But you like it's that's crazy because somebody said that the babies, like even my empress, because I don't say wife. Wife mean it goes back to bitch in etymology. So does queen. That's why I don't say queen or wife. So if you ever hear me refer to her, I always say my empress. But that's why my empress literally says some of the things that she says. It's we live in an interesting time, bro. And
So you live in Florida.
yeah, I live in Florida.
Your empress lives.
She in Michigan. She come back and forth to Florida,
Okay. And then the other,
Georgia.
Georgia.
And it's a few like sprinkled around that be wanting to pop in and out.
For
every
sure.
night, yeah.
What did you just told these women, like, listen, man, because because in some women's mind, like, okay, I got married, we finna live in this traditional household, raise a family, like, and when you try to explain to them, like, yo, because I be telling women, like, yo, I can't live with a woman full time. It just can't. Like, I need to be fluid.
Women are different types of clean. They are it's different personalities. Like one of the craziest experience, even though I'm the first boy in my family for almost like 20 years, bro. So I grew up around a lot of women. But living with
20 years.
Only women. I got I'm from the west side of Detroit. My family is a lot of them from Southwest Detroit. We're BMF areas. So we in the BMF stuff down here. All you see on pictures of IG and on Facebook is my cousins hanging with the Flannery girls. So, and that's Meech and them family. Like my people locked in. Like, so that's all we know is that type of culture.
That ain't answer my question, nigga.
What's your question? I'm high as hell, bro. My bad.
Oh, you high?
I'm always high.
I thought you was gonna do this sober.
What? I'm never sober, bro.
I never seen you sober.
Not a time.
But you didn't come in here looking too high.
No, I smoked right before I got here, bro.
That's crazy, bro. Because I can't do this.
You can never tell. You can never tell.
Because it's just in you. It's just part of you. I hate to see you sober.
I'm a terror. I'm a fucking terror. I am. Oh my god! Imagine a motherfucker raging who can break bricks with their bare hands.
But it's crazy because some people can't function on marijuana. Like it for me. I mean, like, if I don't smoke weed and I take a long period before I smoke the next blunt, like a month or 2 or 3, I think I get the most power out of it because it's not making me stagnant. It's not making me lethargic. I can use it for its purpose. But then but if I smoke that bitch every day, I don't want to do shit for real. Like,
you feel like you're not productive.
I don't feel like I'm not productive enough. I probably get one thing done a day.
Crazy thing is, I be outside smoking, doing conference calls, hitting laps and stuff, like working, editing, and I be in meetings, just going.
You know the problem? It's because I get to overthinking shit thinking that I can't do what I'm about to do because I'm high. Like, damn, bro, I'm high.
No, just do that shit. Make a list and just do that shit.
You just do it. Because I'm really that nigga when I'm high. But I talk myself out of it as I'm high, and I'm like, damn.
Yeah, overthinking is often your worst enemy, bro.
For sure. And paranoia.
Yeah. And that shit is really just a level of comfort. It's like you got plenty of like I don't give a fuck energy, bro. And still that same shit when you high, bro. I don't give a fuck. It's just give a fuck about the business. Don't be too high, you don't do no work.
Do you feel like it's gonna be any time that you stop smoking?
Damn, that was a long pause. But
I thought it was gonna be like, go ahead. I thought he was about to break it down, like,
No, because like I have to think about it, bro. On top of like I have a federal company for cannabis. I'm an Indian, bro. It's in our culture. So I don't really see a point in life where I won't ever like have cannabis in my lifestyle. Like my children used to be in, because it's legal to grow in Michigan, our children used to be in my grows and stuff, helping me transplant plants. It's part of like my family business. It's part of our family legacy at this point. So I don't necessarily see it leaving my life at any point in time soon.
For sure. I don't see it leaving my life either. I just gotta.
I remember when a year ago you weren't smoking when I met you, because I got
probation.
I got fried on the balcony and you was like, I can't smoke.
I can't, because I was, you know what I'm saying, sneaking and geeking on probation. Then I had to do some bullshit that,
I had to
man.
buy that synthetic piss. That
Dog,
orange
listen, one time, right? This is my last drug test, right? My dumb ass, like, I was smoking, chiefing. He was like, yeah, you gotta come take a drug test. I go in this motherfucker with the Wizinator. You know what that is?
Yeah.
Go in that motherfucker, the Wizinator.
I ain't heard about one of them bitches in years.
Go in that bit with the Wizinator, and then a Wizinator, if nobody knows, it's like it's a strap-on dick. Pause. But it comes with the pee pouch, with the heat pad and everything. So I go to the federal building, I'm up there, and then I see a nigga. It's me, it's another nigga waiting, and then one nigga come out. I tap the nigga like, hey, bro. Hey, I say, what I ask this nigga? I said, hey, that nigga straight? He's like, yeah, he cool, but shit, it was just some nigga that just got caught with like some fake piss or something. I said, for real? I said, what you mean? He was like,
Change your whole program.
I said, oh shit, for real, nigga? He was like, yeah, they right that nigga up right now. He just got locked up. I said, oh, fuck, man, my last drug test trying to get out of probation. I said, all right, bet. All right, I'm trying to figure this shit out. So boom, the nigga that was waiting, he come out. I said, hey, bro, that nigga was looking at your dick. He was like, nah, he wasn't looking at the dick, but the nigga, he was on the same shit I was on, because he had a big ass West spot right here. He was like, bruh, he said, I got the shade on me right now, but he ain't looking, big ass West spot. He's like, I gotta go change clothes. So I go in that motherfucker, I'm to my heart beating. Like, bruh, if I don't make it past this shit, bro, I done did 3 years on probation, and I'm about to go back to jail. But lucky for me, man, he didn't look at the fake dick. I got it all.
This story wild as fuck,
I know. I got it all. And I got on probation. You know what I mean? So shout out to that nigga for not looking.
Oh, you live in a crazy world, bro.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
No, but like, and one thing I do like that you've been doing is like the men's group, bro. What's going on with that, bro?
I took a pause from it, like taking like
that's why I asked you,
bringing people
I
in.
want you to bring it back.
Yeah, I definitely got to bring it back. I just felt like I was overexerting myself, and for the amount of money I was getting paid, like it was definitely beneficial for the people that was in it, but I felt like I was giving too much of myself for it. It's not about the money, but it always got to make sense. You know, why am I showing up every day for this? You know what I mean? Like when I could be doing this, I could be going to do some whole other shit, but
because you're gonna compare them numbers.
You got to, you know what I mean? Like shit got to add up. Like why am I doing this? You know what I'm saying? Like y'all niggas fuck with me, but I fuck with y'all because y'all fuck with me, but nigga, this shit got to make sense at the end of the day, bro. And I was showing up 4 or 5 times out the fucking week. But I'm gonna just reconstruct shit, bring it back, you know what I mean, and just do it better.
But that's one of the things that we've been working on as far as the company. Like, I do a lot of shit. Like we got a tech company. We got voice agents. You can call in the company and then an AI robot answer. It'll tell you everything about the business, all of our packages, everything. Got an AI persona, it's called an AI DJ, and they sourced all of my information from my videos, my lectures, and it allowed people to communicate with that so that I don't have to talk to everybody.
That's crazy.
But the thing about being an influencer, being a content creator, how much time do we give to just even doing the content like this right now, just taking up time? And per you doing this, you can't make money unless you have something automated. So it's really like, how can I scale and really grow? And the easiest way to remove yourself from the business is replacing yourself with robots. Or at least I can cut down some of the time when I got to be present and then that allow me to do more shit. And that's one of the biggest things I really been telling people. One of your best friends is integrating these automations and AI into your business. If you just got to figure out how it works for you.
A lot of people are scared of AI. They don't know how.
They gonna be broke and they gonna end up getting fired.
Facts. Like you better catch on the wave right now. You know, like right now it's pretty easy because it's so everybody talking about it's all these different little platforms and everything's just coming out. Like you can take classes on this shit right now.
Bro, we live in a near future where people will be I fired several people because I put automations in my company.
Damn.
So just think of Google didn't fire people, Microsoft, Amazon, all because they didn't put automations in their company. Nobody's safe. if you don't start putting this stuff in your business, you're gonna be replaced by somebody who is.
Yeah.
And then you even have to think about it. Are you replaceable by a robot? If so, maybe you should start looking for a new field to work in because damn near everybody's replaceable. All these credit niggas, they're dead.
Yeah.
They're dead, bro. I'm like, no offense, like, cause I know Smitty, Durain, and all of them, like, bro, y'all are in a dying field because an AI can do your job automatically, bro. I'm like, where's the value?
Right.
And one thing I do say about, and like I love both of them, bro. It's no shade or anything.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. Like, you in a dying field, homie. And if you gonna be about your bread, you got to figure out where your business longevity is. So how do I make sure that I build something that's going to outlast me? And that's usually not something that's in the line of a course or an ebook. Like I tell people, everybody got a course or ebook. I have an Ivy League Academy, bro, because I have a wealth of information and courses on different things. So that can outlive me. Will your course outlive you?
Right.
That's the shit people got to adjust.
Will your course outlive you?
No, they won't. They won't, bro. And that's even like that stuff that I help people with, bro. It's not a comparison thing. It's how can we grow? My goal is in order to like adjust the wealth dynamic between us and other communities. So I work with these people. I done had lectures with these people. They've been on my pod. It's never a competition. I don't have no competition because don't nobody do what I do the way I do it. I'm like, there's people who can attempt to, but like Bobby Axelrod say on Billions, you can watch Bruce Lee do karate movies, but that don't mean you know karate. I can tell you how to do it. That still don't mean you're going to do it like me.
That's how I feel with this podcast shit, bro. I'm in my own goddamn lane. Can't nobody do what I do. I'm unique.
No, and like, that's one thing is that I applaud you. Like, in reality, you have one of my favorite podcasts. I don't even watch too many pods, bro. It's just because they deal in saturated markets. It may be relationship stuff. The stuff you do with the girls, that shit is fire. And you even you inspired me. Remember I was talking to you about wet.com.
Yeah.
And now we've been able to build wet.com. And that's what we running the OnlyFans girls through. So we running all these OnlyFans girls building up their businesses. And like, you were partly an inspiration to that based on the way how you were running like your uncut one.
I just need 5%.
No, but the crazy thing is, like, I'm gonna end up sending you a lot of the girls.
Bro, just put me on like how to, cause I have a vision for it, something like that. And I just need the infrastructure. I need the
Crazy thing, I gotta do a 1 versus 20 when I go back to Florida.
You
said you.
You gonna be.
Why you do me like that? God damn.
Cause I already see the questions you asking these bitches. You gotta trust me. Nah, for y'all. What's your credit score? You know what I'm saying?
Like, where did you go to school? I'm I care about genetics, fam. I'm like, oh, you want a baby? You got any autism in your family? Down syndrome? Like,
yo, those are real questions, bro. Those are real fucking questions we gotta ask, my nigga.
For real.
I never asked them type of questions, but bro, those are very important. I like to look at people's parents, like the dynamic of their like household, their brothers, sisters. Like but that, you know, like high blood pressure, I got that shit makes sense because I could.
Yo, the child will inherit that.
Yes.
So you gotta be mindful of that shit, bro. And we're here to procreate. Yeah. And I'm here to build a legacy. That's why the whole trust fund baby thing is what it is.
Yeah.
Like, I literally built that for wealth. So I'm not about to be sitting up here busting seeds off in hood rats.
Right.
And then got to deal with this. And ain't nobody taking me to court for child support with everything I know. So don't even get that in your head.
But I mean, what I like about what you do is though, like you're very strategic. Like, we not strategic when it comes to relationships, like picking like the woman in your life. You gotta really be like, this is chess. Like, really think, okay, what type of benefit? Like, okay, what comes with this? What is she gonna bring to my life?
That's because like niggas is thinking about the right now coochie, not it's nothing wrong with that because like as men we love the right now coochie. But what is the forever coochie? Forever. What is the one that you are okay being with forever? And then outside of the coochie, what is going on there?
Because the coochie gonna dry up.
I would hope not. That's why I date vegan women.
Okay. But the beauty will. Not saying that you won't be beautiful when you're old, but
it changes.
Yeah, it changes.
But what you retain in your brain?
What can outlast the pussy? What can outlast the looks? It's the foundation. It's about the energy. It's about the connection. That connection, the motherfucker.
And that's why I'm thankful for the woman I married. We've been friends since high school, bro. So I got one of them fairy tale situations, and I always said that I wanted to be able to tell my children, like, I knew your mom since high school or whatever. And then the crazy thing is, we didn't even date in high school. We made an agreement if we wasn't with each other, well, if we wasn't with anybody at a certain time, we would agree we were just gonna be with each other.
Mm-hmm.
We said the shit jokingly, took it serious, and we've been married 10 years now.
Mm-hmm.
And we got 2 boys. So, and
Beautiful.
that's my homie.
It's beautiful, man. No, it
And
really
I'm
is.
about to say, she gotta be cool, especially be down with the polygamy shit.
Mm-hmm.
Because women don't like dealing with other women. Women are so territorial. Are you familiar with ownership love? Huey P. Newton.
Sounds familiar.
Huey P. Newton wrote about ownership love. People would try, women in our community, even some men do it as well, but they would try and teach you, like, you're a dog and you're their property. Like, that's mine. I own that.
Oh, I've been through that.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
And does it feel good to be possessed in such a manner?
No, and I don't even want to possess anyone in that manner.
Thank you. Be free,
No,
shorty.
this is not mine. Be free. But now, if you do some disrespectful shit and you fall out of line, then I act accordingly. I'm not finna tell you not to go do what you about to go do. That's what you want to go do.
So, question. If your girl or a woman that you were courting at the time, if you went to a concert, Usher, anybody, whatever, and shorty go up on stage and cut up in front of you, what do you do next?
Now, I don't think I would act out. I don't think I would. It depends on what she did, of course. But I mean, she stargazed. You know, like, I get it. Be you. You know what I'm saying? Like, now if it was a regular nigga,
See,
then
that's a real player answer.
because for what? Like, I would want somebody to let me go be free and enjoy this moment too. Like,
You mean like you getting a memory, go have a
feel
good
me?
time.
You coming back to
ain't
me
nobody
anyway.
Tripping.
you
Right.
coming back to me, baby. I'm not tripping. I ain't tripping.
See, somebody taught you to get, you learned right because you understand. I don't know where these simp young men be coming from, lacking fathers or any form of
It's the
direction, but
insecurity,
you
bro.
don't own nothing out here outside of yourself, fam. And you don't have the ability to be treating women in a capacity that they will end up resenting you for it, bro. It's
Right.
like, keep your hands to yourself if you
Mhm.
can, but also, like, even in marriage, you don't own people, bro.
That's a
You
fact.
don't.
But what people fuck up at is they think that just because I'm with you, that you're not gonna want anyone else. That's not true. No, I'm not the only person that you're gonna look at or want to fuck. And you're gonna stay loyal to me and not fuck nobody, but I'm pretty sure it's other people that you find attractive.
People ask me that question about my polygamous relationship. Do my women deal with other men?
Of course not.
Thank you. What the fuck type of question is that?
What type of polygamy you think this is?
Like, this like that type of party, man?
No.
Hey.
I don't know these niggas. They ain't coming in my motherfucking circle fucking shit up.
Bro, in here trying to, hell
It don't
no.
even make sense when people ask that. Like, why the girls? Because it don't make sense for the women to go do that. Because they don't have the type of capacity to go control. Control is the wrong word.
But we do know
Maintain.
women out here running that type of play. Like,
Women can, yeah, but now it's okay. Can you maintain or keep up with the men that's in your life? Are you going to make sure that they not stepping out and having multiple and then bringing shit back home?
first off, I ain't no beta, so we ain't sharing shit around here that I.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. Like, she's not having it. Share what?
That's just over.
Oh,
with.
but you can share, but the women can't. I mean, I think it just makes sense. God,
They
didn't make no
share
mistakes.
each other, fam. They have a collective of sisterhood.
That's what it is. Because here's the problem. Here's where it all makes sense. I can impregnate all 10 of them if I had them right now, today.
Facts.
But you can't go do the same, baby. So God didn't just make a mistake like that. No, God knew exactly what he was doing. I was made and put on this earth to populate. I was made to have multiple. I would say,
You're
because
genetically encoded to be polygamous, bro.
that's just that's just how I was just born. You know what I'm saying? Like, why God gave you one egg and he gave me 1,000,000? I mean, take that up with God.
You can't argue with nature. And that's what I'm saying. That's
You
what we
cannot
talk-
argue with nature,
That's
man.
what we said earlier, bro. Who wants to argue with nature? We're just following the divine order,
That's
fam.
it.
That's all.
That's it. And I think that whoever came up with this system of, one, the boyfriend and girlfriend, and then the actual being married to Just marriage.
Marriage
Like,
is a business. That shit ain't got shit to do with love.
and we fuck it up by doing it for love.
Yeah, that shit ain't got shit to do with
Because
love.
we gonna fall out of love at one point, at some point. So it just like the system, whoever created it, don't make sense. God didn't create relationships. He didn't even create those type of relationships. He created life. Okay, we're supposed to come together and create life. We came up with this system and it just don't work.
Yeah, the soul tie is creating spiritual bonds and attachments because I'm pretty sure there's communities in the world where everybody was just having sex with everybody.
Everybody.
That's a little wild and like nasty working these days with everything floating around, but I'm pretty sure it was happening.
Not us. I think it was the others.
You said it was the other people?
Christopher Columbus, them.
No, we couldn't. The crazy thing is we had a true disdain against sleeping with people outside our culture.
Yeah.
Because you got to think about it, bro. Especially if you go up to New York right now, a lot of the Shinnecock Indians, they your complexion or some of them mine, or they be a little bit lighter. When you see somebody who has that type of skin that you've never seen before, one or two things is happening. Either you are extremely curious or you are terrified.
You talking about when white people first? Yo, listen, I told you when I got hot the other day, bro, all this shit started coming out, man. Like, imagine just a motherfucker coming out of nowhere with blue eyes. Like, hold the fuck up.
What the fuck is
And then you get to trusting these motherfuckers. You get to trusting these motherfuckers, and they just start infiltrating and start taking shit. Hey, you know, I trade you this for this. Let me get a couple hundred of them black motherfuckers.
But it got so bad to one point where like motherfucker, because you know we managed the land and we did all the harvesting and stuff over here. So it got so bad to one point we ended up starving people out. And this is in the Smithsonian. They started digging up graves and eating the skin in order so that they can get food because we wouldn't provide them with no food, bro. So this is the hidden culture that never get taught about. But yeah, that's not usually the people that our culture sleep with. People who dig up graves and eat skeletons.
So you wouldn't procreate with a white woman?
My ancestors would kill me. Procreation is different from having a good time.
For sure.
Procreation, no. Other nationalities, other tribes, yes. Hispanics. I've dated Mexican girls. It has, for the sake of my genetics, it has to be somebody with melanin.
Because Asians have melanin?
Some do.
You
Not
can
a
tell.
lot of the ones that we see. Some do.
You can tell.
Yeah. But I might say you be seeing some hood Asians.
Yeah, for sure.
Some Blazers. Yeah, that'd be cool. I'm like, nobody mad at Blazers.
But not the white woman.
No, I'm like, I ain't gonna, I'm not Dr. Umar out here. Like, I dated some European girls when I was younger, but as far as me having a child with a European woman, I don't even know how my family would accept that. So I
gotta hide it.
Who the fuck got, bro? I like my children on my IG, bro. I ain't hiding no babies. I'm not Drake out here, dog. I'm like, I love everything that I'm able to create, including my children. So I would have to make a baby with somebody that I'm satisfied with being in the world with. And then the culture dynamic between a white person, she got one time to call me a nigga, and I may black out, bro. So I don't think so. All she gotta do is get upset and say it. And then she gonna hit me with the hard ER.
Nigger.
Yeah.
You nigger. Nah, bitch.
Yeah, bro. I was like, and nobody got time because the police gonna treat you real different if you get into it with a European woman, bro.
Oh my God, dog.
So it's like, just protect my sanity.
Oh my God. Yeah.
And they for sure gonna try and put you on child support.
That's probably the first go to. That's probably the first go to. This nigga on child support.
No, but I love all women, and like I'm super cool with a whole bunch of European women. Like we be going out to the clubs with all these different girls because of what we do down in Florida.
Yeah.
But as far as my sexual interest in them, it is super limited. It'd be like, and I'm out. They don't even got my phone number, bro.
No, I'm hit a couple. I ain't gonna hold you.
I be hitting them with the Umar knot.
I'm gonna hit a couple of the motherfuckers, man.
You know, I ain't, bro. So if Becky got the body, nobody's opposed. Nobody's opposed if Becky got the body. That's all that matters. Now, if she flat in the back, I can't do it. But somebody asked me the other day, they was like, what do you like? Because my it's crazy. The women, they have different perceptions about what I like. One thing I like ass, the other one thing I like titties. And it's like, I have to explain, I'm like, I like curves. I like all of it. So if that's lacking, the interest is lacking. Yeah. I need hips and dips and shit.
I ain't
You
gonna
feel
hold
me?
you. I'm the same motherfucking way, man. Because they be like, you an ass man or a titty man? Listen, I want both of them. I want definitely both of them, but
Who the hell said that we had to limit our options? I was like, they was born with both. Why can't we have both?
yeah, some just don't have as much as many. So
But
that's why
that
you
could be bought. That could be bought.
It could be bought. But don't you love a natural titty?
Nothing feels better.
Right. I like I I can appreciate when it has the look, and then when you take it off, it has the feel as well. I don't like the goddamn, okay, it should look all perky and shit, then all I get to sucking and rubbing, it's a ball of basketball. I mean, to each his own, but
I'm down in Miami, so most of the ones that I've came across, they've got good jobs. I've never felt the bag, bro. I've never felt the bag. Never felt the bag.
you ain't never had like it look like a football. It's just like so plump and it's like full of air or some shit, and you could just
Thankfully, no. Because I really like breast. And I feel like that would be such a turnoff for me, bro.
I love a titty.
I love a titty. The craziest thing, people used to talk about me because, like, I tell my girl, I was like, she both my last boys breastfed. I was like, yes, breast milk, the best milk. Like, bring some of that this way. I'm like, for real. Like, that's literally the only milk that we as humans should be consuming is breast milk. And most people don't acknowledge that, but I'm not sitting up there like taking milk from my child. But every now and then, I used to just be on ignorant shit. I go get a sip, get a little sip,
Ain't nothing wrong with that, buddy. Nothing wrong with that, man. Give you power.
I'm about just, veganism. It can take you a long way.
Veganism. That's a nice way to put it.
It's plant-based, baby.
Oh, all right, man. I think this was a good one. It was a great one, bro.
Good show, bro.
Leave something with the people, man. Definitely give them a word of encouragement, and give them your handles. Pause.
Word of encouragement. What I can tell any of you, whether you be a young man or a young woman watching this video right now, stay encouraged. Don't listen to none of these niggas, because they know nothing. You already know what it is you need to do in your mind and in your heart. You just need to get off your ass and follow that and align yourself with a good group of people who will be supporting you, because that is exactly how I live my life. Multiple people told me I couldn't do what I was doing. And look at me now. I am still doing and doing more than most people who are doing the exact same shit that they were doing when they told me that. So be ambitious, strive for greatness, and just understand that if you want it, you dictate what you bring and you manifest into your life, nobody else. So the law of attraction is your friend, never your enemy, fam. And with that being said, you can find me on Trust Fund Baby Podcast, and also on Instagram, official Trust Fund Baby. On Facebook, D_J Jones Bey. I could have to think about that, goddamn. But even still, DJBey.com and work with DJBey.com if you have any questions or you want any consults or any services for anything that we do, whether it be financial literacy, trust. I don't openly promote that I do status correction and genealogy for people, but I do assist people in getting their documents in order. If you want to get right with that, if you want connections with anything that we talked about with the bill vouchers, any of that stuff, we have access and resources in order to educate people so that they can start changing their financial climate immediately. And with that being said, bro, it's a pleasure, like, being on the pod. Like, this is, like, low-key a dream come true, fam. Like, no, like, you're doing great things and your growth has been amazing. So, like, for you to even allow me to come on your pod, like, I appreciate you, fam.
I already knew what was gonna happen the first time I met you, bro. You had too much knowledge. And I was like, man, this nigga, where the fuck this nigga come from? You gotta be an alien or something. But no, I appreciate you coming. It was definitely well needed. I think that you gave a lot of game. If you want it, like, if you can absorb what he said and go apply some of this shit, whether it be the UCC1, whether it be the anything, like, just take something and apply it. But
Hell, even if you want to be a polygamous male.
No, for sure. That too. I wish we would have got more into manifestation because I definitely live my life by that. You know, like that is something that's real.
No, bro, I'm gonna let you know right now. I'm not going nowhere. We're about to do some work. So yeah, I'm like, we gonna figure out some way that, because like I said, I love what you're doing and I understand how I can provide value to your network as well.
Mhm.
So we gonna figure out some way that we can collab and do something that's gonna be beneficial, that has longevity, that we don't have to shut down for people.
That's a fact. I love it. All right, until next time, man. Manhood Mondays, every Monday on YouTube, on Apple, on Spotify. Make sure you get that third leg. I know y'all niggas need it. You know what I'm saying? Till next time.